Hello and all, welcome to a Galaxy Man Show interview show. So today's guest on my interview show is this incredible actress known by the name of Jess. So I'm going to give her a invite now into the show. Here we go.
So a bit about myself. My name's Jessica Ham, and I'm an actress. I'm a creative. Really, I do lots of things. I write plays. I love getting involved with hair and makeup. Just love being part of anything to do with stage or acting. And recently got into screen acting, which was really cool.
Awesome. So we'll get into the questions now. So you're in this film called Attack of the Cat People. What can people expect to see in that?
Lots of things actually. So romance, action, a bit of 1940s B grade horror. Yeah, it's lots of fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And how can you describe your character in one word?
Stubborn. Diana is very stubborn, which isn't like me at all. I don't know how I got cast in that role. No. She's just very headstrong, knows what she wants, and won't accept anything other than what she has in mind.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And what was the experience like filming Attack of the Cat People?
It was great actually. I honestly had so much fun. We working with Sarah was just an absolute joy. She's brilliant, and we had a lot of fun. She really takes care of her actors, so working with a director who does that is so lovely. And all of the cast and crew were just 10 out of 10, amazing, super helpful. I learned so much, especially from the cat people. The guys who played our cat people, they were just so professional and always prepared and ready to go. And so, yeah, it was just brilliant.
Awesome. So for my next question, who inspired you to get into acting, and also what experience have you learned while in the acting industry?
Who? So I think there's two people who really influenced me with acting, to go into this in terms of anything sort of professionally. In terms of like somebody who I sort of watched in the industry and was like, I want to be like that. I have to pin it down to Glenn Close when she was in Dangerous Liaisons. And she has this moment where she's at her vanity and she receives a letter from John Malkovich's character, and she just throws this huge tantrum, like she's distraught, and she just goes crazy. And she was just so brilliant, and the performance was so impactful for me. And I thought, oh, I want to do that one day. Like I want to be able to have that level of gravitas to be able to pull off a scene like that. And then another person who really influenced me and helped me to sort of see myself as something a little bit more seriously was my grade 12 drama teacher, who was just so helpful. And when I was just so unsure of where I wanted to go and what I wanted to do, she was helping me with auditions and everything like that. And yeah, I think that's where it all started.
Awesome. So for my next question, what TV or movie franchises would you like to be in next?
I mean, are we talking the sky's the limit here, or
Yeah,
talking realistically?
whatever you want.
Okay. Do you know what? I think it'd be really cool to play a Dungeons and Dragons character. Um, Personally, like I would love to play a barbarian, a human barbarian with like flaming red hair. I don't know where I get that inspiration from, but yeah, because I play Dungeons and Dragons and I play a barb, and I think it'd be really cool, like a character like Red Sonja or something like that. Otherwise, it'd be really cool to get involved in the. I think DC is on the up and up with Birds of Prey, and playing Poison Ivy would be like major goals for me.
Awesome. So For my next question, um, what advice would you give someone wanting to get into the acting industry?
Um, I don't know if I'm equipped to answer that question, being so fresh myself. But I think one thing I've learned recently is know your boundaries, know what you want out of projects, and what you are willing to do, and maybe more specifically what you're not willing to do, so you can make those calls early on and be flexible around everything else. I think that's super important. And yeah, and then just be flexible with everything else. I sort of struggled when I first got into performing because I have a very active imagination. And so when I would read a script, I would only see it being done one way, and I would get stuck in that one way of doing things because I was like, well, the set will look like this, and then the costume will look like this, and then, and then I just have these ideas in my mind of how the character would play out. And then getting direction and everything like that was a skill that I had to learn. I think if you can be flexible, and if you can really turn on that listening part of your brain, and just try and adapt to what direction you're being given, that's a really strong skill to have going into acting, and that will always help you in auditions, in performing, anything. I mean, if you can roll with the punches, that is the greatest skill to have up your sleeve as an actor.
Awesome. So on the next side of that, what are the positives and negatives into the acting industry, and how do you get through those negatives?
Um, the positives are that it is such an amazing place to be. I think most creatives that I know are people who are wanting to change the world and mold the world into a better place, and they have a strong sense of justice, and the way that we do change the world is through creating. So getting to work with those people is so amazing, and that is a huge positive for me. Is that the people that I get to work with all the time is so great. Also, being creative and using your imagination. I mean, how many jobs do you get to do that in? Not many. So I love creating. I love coming up with stories. I love storytelling, and just being a part of a world that's a heightened reality. And then the negatives, this is really hard because there's so much I love about acting. But I think a big pitfall, especially for women, but definitely for men as well, is knowing your image, and being very body conscious. I think there's a lot of um, people out there who would only want to see one type of beauty exist in the industry. And that can really be quite hurtful, because if you don't fit that mold, you can always be looking at yourself saying, what's wrong with me? Why aren't I like everyone else? I'm just a freak. I'm not normal. I'm not skinny enough. I'm not tall enough. I'm not short enough. I'm not whatever enough, because you don't fit that one person's idea of what beautiful is. And I think the best way to sort of get past that, and I am a total hypocrite when I say this because I struggle with this constantly. I struggle with my image. But I think the important thing is to know that you're unique and that you look the way you do, because you're supposed to represent a specific type of character and a specific type of person. And that is equally as valid, if not more so even.
Awesome. So for my last question, Jess, why should people get invested into Attack of the Cat People? What new projects do you have installed after COVID?
I think people should go see Attack of the Cat People because it's really quite genius what Sarah has done. Nowadays, there's so much emphasis on CGI and, all these flash, technical elements. And Sarah's really broke it down and made it more about the plot and about the costuming and sort of the technical elements that they really focused on more in that old world style of filmmaking. And it's just a beautiful homage to, you know, a time gone by. And I think that's brilliant. And I think it just opens our eyes up to the possibility that there is more beyond just what we can create on a computer. You know, we can do so much before we get to editing. And as an actor, that was really great because, you know, I had to give my best performance in that. So I really had to step up. But I think as an audience member, it's important, like go see films like that are different and that are trying new things and that are paying respects to, you know, how far we've come in the filmmaking industry. And then for my plans after COVID, a few of them have been put on hold, but I believe that a show that I was cast in early in the year, A Little Night Music, will be going ahead, and that's a musical theatre. So I'll be singing in that. And I play the role of Petra, which will be a lot of fun. So that will be at the Ipswich Courthouse in October. And then another project that I have coming up that I'm super, super excited about is a play that I wrote that I'm looking to self-produce. So hoping to get that one up and running and on its way. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, can I just say thank you so much, Jess, for appearing on my show. It means so much. Everyone, definitely go give Jess a follow and give her the amazing support she needs. So as I said before, thank you so much again for appearing on my show. And yeah, it means so much.
Thanks, Jacob.
C, a horrible mutation that goes horribly wrong. A heartwarming romance between a scientist and the love of her life. A mutation that starts stalking a group of scientists on a secret mission. Will they survive? Attack of the Cat People, starring Peter O'Hanlon as Captain John Baker, Jessica Ham as Diana Lawrence, John Gorman as Dr. Elliot, Wayne Bassett as Dr. Fraser, Emma Kuchel as Janet Reeds. Watch. Who will survive the terrible events? Attack of the Cat People. A film so unbelievable and terrifying, you won't be able to watch it alone.